Hello ETF fans, this is Alex with ETF Action checking in for today's video. And today I wanted to go over a topic we've been hearing a lot about lately, which is, are markets really not that volatile right now? We've had a sustained period of some positive performance, so I thought we would use the ETF Action system just to briefly look at a different way of looking at market volatility other than just checking a chart on the VIX. So with that, I will jump into the system. This is the ETF Action homepage when you get to our site, and where we're going to navigate to is the home office and a tool specifically called history. So this tool is great for looking up the history for any ETF out there. What you can do is you can look at history across all the data points in the system. And for this video, I feel we just want to do a simple check-in chart-wise of, are things really that volatile? So I'm going to use the S&P 500 and I'm going to use SPY so we can get the longest history possible to put it in contrast to. So SPY, we're going to pull it up. It's going to default just to a daily chart of shares outstanding. But before I get into volatility or returns, I just want you to know you can pull up historical data for any fund out there across all these data points: composition, fundamentals, reference data, pricing and returns, risks. So if you get a chance, go out there and explore on our site and you can pull up any fund. So what we're going to look at is, instead of shares outstanding, I'm just going to look at daily returns. I think it's an interesting way to look at if things are going to be getting more volatile, because we should start seeing a little bit more color on this chart in time periods that we do. So this is just a 3-year chart of daily returns for SPY, the S&P 500 ETF. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend our time period out, not 5 years, not 10 years, but let's just go the entire time. And what I'll do is I'll actually make this full screen so you have a better way of looking at it. And boom, what we can see right now is you can see these very large areas that have a lot of color of daily returns. These are going to be our most volatile times. So right smack dab in the middle of the chart, this is 2008, the great financial crisis. You can see some of the taper tantrum that went on shortly thereafter that. We've got 2020, another colorful time. You can see during last year's, or 2022's market drawdown, you can see increased up and down returns. But if you actually look furthest to the right side of this chart, we are relatively muted. Now, we're not as muted as, say, shortly after the 2016 election, which is very low right here, but in relative terms, it is pretty calm compared to some of these larger outliers that we're looking at on the chart. That's all I wanted to show you today. A very quick video, but if you have any questions on the functionality as far as ETF Action site goes, please reach out to team@etfaction.com. As always, any securities that I've talked about today, not a buy or sell recommendation from me, myself. Every investor should do their own due diligence or speak to a financial professional before making any investment decisions. With that, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we will talk to you on Monday.